So when Part of My Take started, talk about that, because you came from the PFT commenter world. You're in Part of My Take. You guys blow up.
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
Cool. It was like being named team captain. That's what it was like for me.
But then it's got to be like a huge. I mean, I listened to your Beyond the Blog or Behind the Blog with KFC, and you go from like writing and like being hype about 50 grand to do like what you love to do, and now you're PFT with Part of My Take, and you guys are like this massive brand. Like, to be honest, like when I was getting introduced to Barstool, like I thought like when I was in college, I thought you guys were like the Chive, like you guys were like one and the same. And then also it would always throw me off like PMT and PTI. I was like, oh, I thought these were these dudes. Like I always see the dude with sunglasses.
That's why we got sued, because it was confusing for people like you.
But talk about like that transition and how that kind of blew up for you.
I mean, it was cool. I was down in Austin and I didn't know whether or not I could podcast or not. I'd done a few things. I did this thing at Sirius for like 2 episodes. And then Sirius offered me a bag to do my weekly show there called The Steam Room.
What kind of bag we talking?
We're talking like, I think it was $75 a month, something like that. Yeah.
I thought you was going to say something.
No.
They offered me a bag, and then Barstool came in and competed.
I remember when I got the email,
we'll give you $75 an episode.
From the vice president. I could probably look it up actually and see what the exact number was. But it was a wildly disrespectful number that they tried to give me for it. And I was like, well, you can go fuck yourself. Like, even I know that this is just insane. And so then Big Cat hit me up. He's like, yo, we're getting this money from the Churning Group, and they're going to invest in Barstool, and we're trying to grow some podcasts. I want to co-host the show with you. I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Let's do it. Wait, you guys are offering me a full-time job? Okay, let's sign. Let's do it. And the funny thing about podcasting is, like, yeah, it was pretty successful right at first. We had a great launch of the podcast. It was never a doubt in my mind that it was going to work after we sat down and recorded the very first episode. I knew it was going to work. But as you gain like a little bit of notoriety and a little bit of like, people in the media are like talking about you and shit, and it's very clear that you're making an impact on the sports media landscape, even from day one. But at the end of the day, like, podcasting is a very nerdy thing. So there's nothing glamorous, this about podcasting.
Yeah.
It's like I was still sitting down in front of my computer and like talking into a webcam for like an hour a day. And that was my job. There's nothing cool to feel. Like, you don't feel cool while you do it. I like how I feel after the show because it's fun and it makes me laugh. But like the level of like internet fame that you're getting at one point does not correspond at all in my mind to like what the actual nuts and bolts of the job was.
Yeah.
So I never felt like I was getting like massive and big or whatever, because at the end of the day, I still have to go sit down in my tiny little office in my rent-assisted townhouse in Austin that I got at the time, with Leroy behind me, like licking at the back of my foot as I'm trying to make jokes, dick jokes about college basketball on a podcast for an hour. So it's a very humbling job to have to do all the time. Because if you have a bad podcast, you feel like shit afterwards. Like, there's a level of prep that you have to put into it, and a level of effort that you have to put into it. Billy knows.
Prep.
A lot of prep.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so it's podcasting in a weird way. It does keep you humble.